Well, it's official. All the speculation is over with serious issues dominating the world. LeBron James was all the talk today, and it seems the world, at least the U.S., stood still until he announced where he was going. To say Cleveland Cavaliers fans are jumping for joy is probably just a little bit of an understatement. Cleveland as a whole felt the absence of the king at court. Experts say revenues for the city plummeted after his departure. What does the return mean for the city and the National Basketball Association as a whole? Well, for that, we turn to NBA expert and Source magazine writer Brandon "Scoop" Robinson. And you are here. Well, actually, the scoop is ahead of you this time because we already know what the deal is.
Yes.
But this is really a big deal. Obviously, Cleveland, they're elated.
Yeah, definitely. They're elated because their prodigal son has come home.
But here's what I didn't really know or understand. How much economically this meant for the city when he left. We're talking about people losing business, a lot of money being lost. How did all this happen?
Well, a lot of it was, obviously, LeBron was the first pick in the 2003 NBA draft, drafted by the hometown of Cleveland Cavaliers. He's from nearby Akron, about 20 minutes from Cleveland. And the downtown area was hopping when the king was in town. You know, a lot of people came before games and after games to various shops and various, places to just enjoy a good time to watch him play. When he left, it wasn't the same, not to mention the fact that the Cavaliers the last few years really have struggled to play well.
So you really think that by him coming back there, this is going to be an economic boom to Ohio itself?
Oh, absolutely. I spoke to a buddy of mine that's out that writes for the Cleveland Plain Dealer, and he was just talking about how miserable it was, obviously, for the team to be losing. And then, I mean, who would want to sit and enjoy that? He was a coming attraction. LeBron was Madison Avenue in Cleveland. And to bring that star-studded attraction, and, Vegas is already predicting that the Cavaliers will be next year's NBA champion. All of that combined is a coming attraction, not just locally, but from afar.
I think that's kind of a stretch, but that's my own personal opinion.
Sure.
But here's the thing. What does this mean for LeBron economically? Obviously, this was a dollar and cents move for him, I would think. Why did he come back?
Yes and no. Actually, because LeBron was a member of the Miami Heat and he opted out of his contract, he left some money on the table. The Miami Heat could offer him the most money, but LeBron was looking to be a max player. Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken, the figures were somewhere in the $80 million range for, I think, a 4 or 5 year tender. But $20 million in the first year of his contract he'll be able to make. But it wasn't just about money. Number one, it was a guy from Northeast Ohio being able to come home after he left after the confusion of the decision that was nationally broadcasted 4 years ago. But in addition to that, Cleveland has upgraded. Their point guard, Kyrie Irving, 5-year, $95 million contract. The Cavs announced it yesterday. In addition to that, they also got Canadian star Andrew Wiggins. There's a global appeal. They have 3 Canadians on that team, and Tristan Thompson and Anthony Bennett as well. In addition to that, they're a new team. They're a team. Kyrie Irving, the star of that team, is 22 years old. So there's youth. LeBron will be 30 in December.
Well, there's a bigger picture here, Walt.
Sure.
We're talking about the days, when I played ball and stuff like that. It was the college level, not pro. But, you were a glorified, I hate to use the word a glorified slave, but you were drafted. You had to go where you had to go. You were traded and stuff like that. But here now we see players that have more of a hand in their own destiny. Carmelo Anthony is shopping around right now, and there are a lot of who hope that he leaves New York. But the fact of the matter is he kind of controls his own destiny to a certain, and we're seeing that more for the franchise players.
The NBA always has been a players' league. I mean, obviously the owners cut the checks, but the players, with the AAU culture, we're now in the second wave of AAU. It's no longer a grassroots type of organization. Guys have known each other since they were in 8th and 9th grade. Carmelo Anthony, obviously the Knicks can offer him the most money at $136 million. I believe that is over 5 or 6 years. But it's not just about the money anymore. Guys want to win. They're worried about their legacies and how they would go about it. They grew up watching Charles Barkley, John Stockton, Karl Malone, those guys who had great individual careers.
Yeah, but they need to learn how to play as a team. We got to wrap it.
Yes, sir.
And that's a lot of what I'm doing. Brandon, thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
All right.
Ahead, companies' fascination with drones and why you should be concerned. You're watching Arise Xchange.